What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video by Helmet for Nerds podcast. I'm host JT. My coach is my dad.
Oh man. Okay. We'll talk about it soon.
First over, like
and subscribe.
Cue the intro music. Okay, so the 49ers actually just drafted Ricky Pearsall.
Yes, as you can see on the screen, with the 31st pick, the 49ers broke our hearts. At least JT and mine broke our hearts and picked Ricky Pearsall. Oh my God. That was a shocker. Biggest shock to me. Okay, maybe some of the quarterbacks, but still, those are quarterbacks. They're valued differently, and they always go a little earlier, or maybe a lot earlier than they should because of their value and positional value. But this one takes the cake. I'd say the Niners shocked a lot of people.
They'd love to be different.
I thought it was like no brainer. We got something locked in. We're gonna get a great player. Oh my God, we're gonna. Okay, and then Ricky Pearsall. What the heck happened?
And this is what happens when Adam Peters isn't around.
When Adam Peters not around, yeah. Oh my God. So, okay. So let's just go over the player. Now, this is a player that I did like when I first started looking at the draft. But he's a good receiver. But there's better receivers, and he's probably a mid-second round pick, I'd say. And so it's a bit of a reach, in our opinion, right?
Yes,
you know that.
Everyone thinks that at this point.
So okay, let's just go over the player, and I'm sure we'll be reminded of the talent and the aspects that Ricky Pearsall can bring to the Niners, and what a positive outcome this could be. Okay, so let's go over this. What do we got, JT?
Okay, so he's 6'1", 189, had a great combine, 4.41 40 dash, so he's pretty fast. 42-inch vertical, 98 percentile.
That is awesome for 6. What did you say, 6'1"?
Yeah, pretty rare to find a 6'1" wide receiver.
Oh yeah, pretty average, huh? 6'1". Everybody's 6'1" this year. You're right. Broad jump, explosion, 92 percentile, 3-cone, which is one of, we heard Shanahan's and Lynch's, one of their favorite metrics is 3-cone. His ability to change direction on a dime, and Pearsall is at 94 percentile of players in the combine this year. So amazing. Besides maybe hands and arms and stuff like that, everything else looks really great.
Started 405, 80 percentile, 129 inch broad jump, 92 percentile.
Yep.
Bench was not too bad either.
Not too bad. And up there it says his role will be a multi-role receiver. So it could be outside receiver. It could be the Z, the X, a slot. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going and see what other great things there are with him. So right here, it says QB rating when targeted, 113.8. That's pretty good, but I've seen numbers like that with a lot of receivers, Looking at his game, NFL Draft Buzz is giving him 89% on hands, 84 percentile on short receiving, 93 percentile on intermediate and deep threat. So he's better at the intermediate and deep threats than the short receiving. Blocking, 57%. Not a lot of receivers are great at blocking anyways, right? You're not going to see a very high mark like in the 80s and 90s for blocking. So I think that's kind of average. Look, draft projection, second mid. Yeah, exactly what we thought, right? So 3-star recruit coming out of high school. So he's what I read was he's a 5-year college player, right? And he did play with um, a college that we're familiar with,
Florida. Oh, sorry, Arizona State.
Arizona State, and that is where
Brandon Aiyuk was.
yeah, and that's where what's his face? Some guy, Herm Edwards. He was maybe the coach over there, head coach over there, and I think he gave the advice to draft Brandon Aiyuk back in the day, so that's why they got him. And I guess maybe they might have asked about Ricky Pearsall to Herm Edwards, and he might have gotten good reviews from him too. So once again, they go back to the well of Arizona State College. Um, yeah, somewhat. But he's a 5-year senior, 5th-year senior, so he's played 3 years in Florida with the Gators, and the other first 2 with Arizona State. QB ratings are pretty good so far, and as a junior, 99.1 QB rating when targeted. As a senior, 110.4, and then as a 5th-year senior, 114.9. So pretty good. Never broke 1,000 yards from what I could tell, right?
Yeah.
So we did look at the headlights, highlights, right? And he had like the catch of the year in college.
Yeah, crazy one-handed catch. Well, it was high up in the air.
Yep. And then he got blasted right after too, and he held on to it and jumped right back up. That really impressed me. That's one of the first things I saw about him, right? In some of the highlight clips we saw, and that's where I kind of fell in love with that guy in the beginning. Okay, so let's keep going.
So he has great flexibility and avoids contact along route stems. Excellent hands, as you remember with the one-hand catch. Creative in route running, creative playmaking skills, a natural ability to separate. Yeah. I mean, he sounds pretty good. Versatile usage in return plays as a runner.
Yeah, so some of those plays we saw, I was like, that's kind of a gadgety Deebo kind of play. We saw some of those highlights, and I was like, that looks like Deebo type of a play. We can use him as Deebo. Yeah, so he has a natural ability to separate, which is so important. That was the problem with our receivers in the Super Bowl, was that they couldn't separate from the cornerbacks. They couldn't get open. Deebo couldn't get open. So this might be why we got him. How about weaknesses? Not too many, huh? Okay. Well, weaknesses is lacks the ideal balance for consistent effectiveness in manufactured touches. Oh, it's a whole lot of words. Struggles against aggressive physical defense, which I read that so often. Unless you're a big receiver, they're always going to say that. Creative route running can sometimes disrupt timing with the quarterback, so he can't freelance and do his own route running, or change the route when you're not supposed to change the route. Because it's all about timing and where you're supposed to be, and doesn't play up to his stopwatch speed. So that's doesn't sound that great.
Yeah.
So he ran a 4.41, but doesn't play like a 4.41. Okay. Well, anyways, solid day 2 or day 3 pick.
I like QB returns or QB return, and John Lynch mentioned that they drafted him because he also did punt returns.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be valuable to them.
That would be valuable, and his 3-cone change of direction is elite out of all these wide receivers. From what we saw here, 6.64 3-cone. So shuttle is good too, 4.05 shuttle. So okay, all right. So there's good. How is he going to fit into our offense, JT? What do you think?
Well, say if Deebo's gone, he's gonna be the wide receiver too. Just play wide receiver too. But if Aiyuk's gone, then he's gonna be He's gonna act like the wide receiver one because he's gonna catch most of the time, more than Deebo, I think.
Okay. But what do you mean gone? I'm not sure if the audience knows what you're talking about here.
So since we drafted Ricky Pearsall, it probably means that Deebo or Aiyuk are going to be gone, and Aiyuk is going through extension talks with the 49ers, and they haven't agreed to an extension yet.
Yeah, so there's been rumors today on draft day that there's been people teams inquiring about both Deebo Samuel and Aiyuk. So either one of them could be on the trading block. I don't know. I thought that was just rumors, but right now, looking at how Ricky Pearsall plays, it's kind of a Deebo-ish type of style.
But Deebo just changed his number.
Well, that's the reason that we can't trade him then.
I don't know, but it's kind of just useless when you just change your number and then get traded.
Well, it's not.
It's kind of funny.
I know. That's true. It's true. I know. That's like, wow. All that, and I'm going to get traded.
And he buys out his entire jersey collection.
Oh, that's true. That's pretty bad. Okay, so, yeah. I mean, there's some opinion from a friend of mine who believes that they're going to keep all three of these receivers, these three top receivers, and that could be true. Maybe just let Aiyuk play on the fifth-year option, and then Pearsall will be the number one after that. Who knows?
What happens to Jennings then?
Well, Jennings he's only on a 1-year deal too, because I don't know. Who knows? A lot of it's up in the air. So, okay, so when I first saw this, right, we thought, okay, I said we probably will have already made an agreement with another team. That's why we drafted, and that's what Ian Rappaport said in the beginning. He says if we draft a wide receiver, that probably means we already have something planned up with the trade. So maybe we do already have a trade in the works, maybe with one of the top picks, one of the teams with the top pick in the second round. So next, I mean, it could be announced tonight or tomorrow that Aiyuk has been traded or Deebo has been traded to whoever, like the Commanders, who have a very high pick in the second round, or the Patriots. There's been talk about that too. Kendrick Bourne has been saying, "Hey, Brandon Aiyuk would be a great Patriot." Did you see that one?
No.
Yeah, that's what he said. So they have the number 3 pick in the second round. So if we trade him for an early second, and maybe some other picks later on too.
And Kool-Aid, I would be kind of
okay. Yeah, let's get to that then. Okay, so we were hoping we were going to draft this, not Ricky Pearsall. You were hoping who?
Kool-Aid. A lot of people, but Kool-Aid, Cooper DeJean, Johnny Noon, Jack Johnson, Kingsley, Sumatia.
There was a lot of a couple cornerbacks, right? Cooper DeJean and Kool-Aid. Jackson Powers Johnson, center Kingsley Sumatia, offensive tackle, or even like you said, Jerzon / Johnny Newton, defensive tackle from Illinois. All those people were were available, and I was hoping for Cooper DeJean for big playmaking defensive back with return ability, and you were looking at for a great cover corner in Kool-Aid. That's what our picks. Instead, we got Ricky Pearsall. So maybe if we do have an early second round pick from a trade, if it happens, I don't know, and we can still pick up one of those players. Would that make me feel better? Would that make you feel better, JT?
A little better.
A little.
But I'm just scared. Can Ricky Pearsall be as good as you? Because or Deebo.
Exactly. Brandon Aiyuk, right, has such a great chemistry with Brock Purdy. Their timing and everything is it was right on, split second timing. That's not easy to create, and it takes time sometimes to create that chemistry. And if we get rid of that, and then we have a rookie instead, how is our offense going to be running in 2024? We don't know. It's a big question mark. I don't want any question marks for this next season. We're too close. I don't want big question marks. But this is kind of what we got. Unless we keep all three, then we can still keep the whole band together, and Ricky Pearsall will be more of a player next season.
Yeah, he'll play in the slot.
Yeah, he could totally play slot. XZ, X for Aiyuk, Z for Deebo, and then Ricky Pearsall could be the small slot.
Not really small.
And that's true.
He's like the tallest receiver we have now.
I know. I keep looking. I keep thinking like Wes Welker or Danny Amendola or something. Those guys with the high motor and the.
He belongs in the slot.
Sorry, I think I'm stereotyping here. He doesn't have a high motor though, right? What else did you say? That was funny. Oh man. Okay, so we'll have to keep on the lookout for news. Something could crack, something could come up. An announcement might happen today, tomorrow morning, all the way through right before draft. And then we get another draft pick, maybe. Or maybe we don't. Maybe we stay put. But man, I wish we would have gotten one of those cornerbacks. They fell all the way to us. And it would have been a great value, I think, at that pick. Yeah, this has been a tough draft, I tell you.
Honestly, the Niners might have gone the worst pick, like draft grade.
Maybe because it's a reach. Ricky Pearsall could be one of the better players that come out of the first round. But right now, we could have gotten him later, probably. It's we could have gotten somebody with a higher positional value, like a corner or offensive tackle, defensive tackle, almost any player, any position. Wide receiver was so deep. Could have gotten the second round or third round. So I guess that's bye bye to Brendan Rice. Anthony Gold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Caffrey.
He has a high motor too. Maybe we might get him.
I just want Lyle McConkey.
I just want high motor guys, man. High effort, high motor. That's very important. He's more quick than fast. Okay, well, Ricky Pearsall, welcome to the Niners. I'll hold off and get his jersey right now, but maybe he'll get number 19. Oh, wait. Trent Taylor, another high motor guy. Got 19. Don't get 18, though. That's another high motor guy that didn't work out so well. Maybe he was low motor. Oh, man, another wide receiver. They do like the wide receivers for sure.
I think, was he number 1 in college?
Was he? You gotta look at some of those highlights. Anyways, okay. So, anything else to add, JT? You feeling okay? I know we put so much time and thought into this draft, and then we come out with Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah. I never thought Deebo and Aiyuk could be traded from the Niners.
Well, it hasn't happened yet. There's no news about that. That's just an assumption. It might not happen. Who knows?
It'd be like an F pick if they didn't trade Aiyuk and Deebo. Like, I don't want that to happen, but there's no point in drafting a wide receiver at 3 in the first round if you're not going to trade one.
Okay. Now, you made a good point there. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're totally right.
It's probably going to happen.
You're totally right. I agree. You're right. To draft a wide receiver 3 in the first round, we haven't had a first round pick in how long? 3 years? We're starving for a first round pick, and then we pick a second round player in the first round to be our third wide receiver. Oh man, all that does not sound great. Let's hope the Niners have a plan, a good plan, laid out.
A second and a first next year by the Patriots.
Okay, I'll take a first round next year, plus a early second this year. No, that's probably not going to happen. Maybe a second and a third. Maybe next year's third. That might be a second and next year's third. That might be the best we get. I don't know. I'm just throwing darts myself, but that's what I feel. It looks like Aiyuk's asking price might have gone down a lot. If they did this and it's past the first round already, it looks like we're not going to get a first round pick for him. So, time to lower our expectations. But let's hope the Niners have a great plan and they just didn't do this all willy nilly without a plan. So, okay, we just have to have faith. We're the faithful. Have faith that the Niners did the right thing. All right.
Okay.
All right. So,
that wraps up for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and goodbye.